How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You're good?
Yeah, good.
I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Good.
Can you say one more time,
Yeah,
please?
good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Thank you, thank you. That's good. I heard you. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Kang. So, all right, we can get started. And okay, who can? Let's see. Ma'am, what should they do when we do the meditation?
They should close their eyes, keep their back straight and neck straight. Don't follow your monkey mind. And if you lose count, count again.
Okay. And yeah, inhale and exhale to the nose, right? And keep going. Don't hold your breath. That's correct. And okay, all right. Give me one. Who can help me to do the the timer? Who can help me to do the timer? Anyone? Alan, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the timer. Okay, show me your timer.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And you can show me and 1 minute and count 1, 2, 3 and click on it. Okay, unmute your.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, sit still, everyone. Do your inhale and exhale. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and call their name, Gong. Thank you.
Victor.
1,000,000.
Kyle, then
Me.
7.
19.
Justin,
33.
Annie,
49.
Good. Everybody good? All right. Okay,
You forgot me.
okay, go ahead and call them. Gone. Jennifer, how you doing?
You also forgot me.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
I didn't count.
Okay, who I forgot, go ahead and tell me. How much?
99.
99. Okay, good. Thank you, Gong. All right, let's do the video together. All right, Gong. All right. Olivia, can you help me to do the summary?
Yeah.
Good.
During the Buddha's time, there was a monk at the Chetavana temple. He was very skillful in every aspect of robe making. He was known as the tailor monk. He was especially known for taking old bits and pieces of cloth, combining them into a soft robe, and dyeing the new robe. The results were amazing. Many monks who saw his beautiful robes would ask him to make robes out of the new cloth that they had acquired. He would tell them that he didn't have time, but if they wanted, they could trade their new cloth for the robe he was wearing. The
The
monks,
screen's all black.
whose robe was made out of pieces of old cloth, were more than happy to trade. However,
Ty, the screen is all black.
Taylor monk, how faded.
Ty, the screen's all black.
Ty, the screen is all black.
I cannot see.
It.
We can see now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Thank
I
you.
can see it.
The Taylor monk developed a bad reputation. However, new monks and traveling monks would still end up falling for his scam. At another temple, there was another robe maker monk who, like the Taylor monk, was known for swindling other monks. His friends teased him, saying, "Hey, we hear there's another swindler monk over at Chaitawala." The robe maker monk thought, I wonder if I could fool that city monk. And so, the robe maker monk took some rags and made them look like a very fine robe. He put it on and traveled to the Chaitawala monastery. The robe maker monk purposely walked by the tailor monk. The tailor monk, noticing the robe maker's beautiful robes and seeing as he was a visitor, immediately coveted the robe maker's robes. He saw the robe maker as his next unwitting victim. So the tailor monk said, "My friend, did you make that robe?" The robe maker monk,
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me do this quickly. I will come back to you. Give me 1 second. I only need 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds. I will. Okay, I need to do this one right here. Okay, go Lan. Go ahead and give me your first.
Dạ rồi thầy.
said, "Yes, sir, I did." The tailor monk said, "I would love to have your robe. Can I trade you some fine cloth for it? I'm sure you can easily make a new robe out of it." The robe maker monk suppressed his delight and said, "Sir, I'd be happy to trade my humble robe for your new cloth." The tailor monk returned to his kuti and looked for some cloth to give the robe maker monk. However, all he had left was his high-quality cloth that he was planning to use for himself. He thought, "Oh well, it is still worth it. I get a fully finished robe made from great cloth, and all I have to give up is this fine quality cloth." And so, when the tailor monk returned, he gave the robe maker monk the fine cloth. In turn, the robe maker monk took off his robe and handed it to the tailor monk.
I'm waiting for show time.
He had taken advantage of the other. However, when the tailor monk got back to his kuti, he washed his new robe in warm water. The dye faded away, and he could clearly see that this robe was made out of rags. He felt ashamed, and news spread throughout the temple that the swindler himself had been swindled. In the assembly, the monks were talking about the news. When the Buddha heard, he said, "Brothers, this is not the only occasion that the tailor monk was tricky like this. He has behaved in the same manner before and ended up being fooled." The Buddha then told the story of the past. A long time ago, the Bodhisattva was born as a tree spirit in a tree which stood near a certain lotus pond. Every summer, a particular pond that contained many fish would begin to dry up. A crafty crane caught sight of the fish and thought to himself, "There must be a way for me to trick and eat all these fish." When the fish caught sight of the crane, they knew he was a predator. They were instantly wary and tried their best to avoid him. The fish said, "Lord Crane, why are you here?" The crane said, "I see that your water is low and the heat is intense. I know of a large pool nearby that has much water and food. If you wish, I can take you there, one by one." The fish responded, "Lord Crane, it is our belief that you just want to eat us." The crane said, "If you wish, I can prove myself to you. I can take one of you to the pool and back. This way, you can know that you can trust me." And so, the fish selected the largest among them and sent him off with the crane. When they got to the lotus pond, the crane let the fish out, and the fish explored the extent of the pond. Then, he got back into the mouth of the crane and flew back to his fish brothers. The fish told his fish brothers about the lotus pond and how he was safely carried there and back. The fish were excited by the news of the lotus pond and all wanted to go. And so, the crane took them one by one. When he got to the lotus pond, he would fly past it, right into a tree. There, he would peck the fish to death, and their bones would fall and gather to the ground. Then, the crane would go back and tell the remaining fish how happy their friends were, and ask, "Who's next?" Finally, after he had taken and eaten all the fish, he came back and saw that there was only a lone crab remaining. He said, "Mr. Crab, I've already taken all the fish away, and they are all happy in their new home. Come, I'll take you too." The crab said, "How would you carry me?" The crane said, "In my beak like all the others." The crab thought about it. It is likely that the crane hasn't brought the fish to the pond, but if he really were to take me to the pond, that would be great. I must come up with a way to outsmart the crane. The crab then responded, But if you carry me in your beak, you might drop me. As a crab, I have a much stronger grip than you. How about this? I'll grip your neck and go with you." The crane, blinded by his greed and desire to eat the crab, did not even suspect that the crab would trick him. He gladly let the crab grip his neck and flew off with him. The crane brought the crab to the pond. However, just like with all the fish, he didn't stop. He flew over the pond and headed for the tree. The crab said, "We're passing the pond. Are you not going to let me down?" The crane said, "Stupid crab. You thought that I would be your slave, that I would just bring you wherever you want? I am going to eat you like I ate the stupid fish." The crab squeezed the crane's neck and said, You ate those fish because they were stupid, but I am not. You will have no chance to eat me, because I will kill you. You are the fool who did not realize that I was tricking you." And with that, the crab squeezed even harder. The crane screamed out in pain, realizing his folly. Please, Master Crab, spare my life. I will do anything. And put me in the pool like you promised, the crab demanded. And so, the crane, in excruciating pain, brought the crab to the pond. But before the crab let go, he gave one last vicious squeeze and squeezed the life out of the crane. In a nearby tree, a tree spirit saw the whole thing and said, "Those who use their wisdom to fool and take advantage of others will reap the results of their karmic actions and be the victims of others seeking to fool them, just like the crane was fooled by the crab." And the Buddha concluded the story by saying, "This is not the first time the tricky tailor monk was fooled by the tricky robe maker monk. Even in that past life, it happened as such. In that story, the tricky tailor monk was the crane, the robe maker monk was the crab, and I was the tree spirit who observed the whole thing." What did you learn from this story?
All right, Olivia.
So there was this tailor monk.
Well, before that, everyone turn on your webcam gone. Thank you. Turn on your webcam. Kevin, Wang, Alan, everyone. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so there was this tailor monk, and all the people and the monks would ask him to make stuff for them, but he would scam them. Until one day another robe maker monk heard about it, and then he came and visited there, and he told him that he would trade his robe for nice fabric and cloth, but his robe was actually just like rags. So then the tailor monk was fooled by the robe maker monk, and he decided to give him the quality cloth for the rags. And so when the tailor monk washed his robe, he realized that it was just rags and the color faded away. And he was upset because he was like fooled by the robe maker monk. And when all the monks heard about it, the Buddha told them that in a past life there were these fishes, or the fish that lived in the pond, but in the summer it would dry up. And then one time the crane asked them if he could take them to the lotus pond one by one, but the fish said that they didn't know if they could trust him. So he took one fish there and then back, and then they trusted him. But then when he took them all to the pond, he just ran into a tree and ate them. But when he went back, he told the other fish about how much fun their friends were having. So when he ate all the fish, there was a crab left, and he asked the crab if he also wanted to go to the lotus pond, and the crab said he was like suspicious if the crane was actually going to take him to the pond. So he said instead of carrying the crab in his beak, he asked the crane if he could grip onto his neck. And the crane, he didn't notice because he was so focused on eating the crab. He just said yes. And then when they got there, the crab saw that he didn't drop him off at the pond and was heading for the tree. So then he asked why he wasn't getting dropped off at the tree, and the crane said that he was not their slave, and like he was not the crab's slave, and he was gonna eat the crab. And like and then the crab was smart, and he said to put him back in the pond, or else he would kill him by squeezing his neck. And then the crane dropped him off at the pond, and before that, the crab gave him like a hard squeeze on his neck before the crane dropped the crab. And then the Buddha said that, and then there was the tree spirit who told the crab that people who fool and take advantage of others, the same thing will happen to them. And then the Buddha said that in the past life, the crane was the tailor monk, and the robe maker monk was the crab, and he was the tree spirit.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Ray. Ray, what did you learn from the story?
To treat others with kindness.
Treat others with kindness. All right, Diana, what did you learn from the story?
I learned to not follow people that are bad.
Okay, but how do we be able to identify which one is bad? Diana?
We be wise and whenever like have a plan before you do it.
So be wise, right?
I gotta go and come back later.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Alex, turn on your webcam. Alex. Alan, how do we become wise so that we don't be tricked by others?
We don't be greedy, and we don't try to take things from people.
Okay, if we are lazy and we don't go to school and we don't do good in school, is that help us to become wise?
No.
How about when we play too much game? Did that help us to become wise?
No.
Okay, so we have to be careful, right? Let's see. Justin Young.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we trick other people, is that a good thing to do?
Yeah. How?
Yeah. Okay. Why, when we trick other people, that is not a good thing to do, Alex?
No.
But why trick people is bad? Why?
Because if you trick people, they might not know, and then you might do something bad to them that they don't know.
And you will be tricked by others, right? That means you harm yourself. When you trick other people, you harm yourself.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So the crane, right? They think that he very smart, right? Very smart, and that's why he be able to trick the fish. So the fish represent what? What the fish represent in here? Chúc. Chúc, are you there, con? Right. Kayla Nguyễn, Paul Ray. Kyler, right? Kyler, are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Kyler. So the fish were fooled by the crane, right? So what did the fish represent?
I just joined and
You
I
just
don't.
you don't know. Lena. Lena, are you there, con? Can you hear me? Unmute, con. Oh, you don't want to try it?
Me?
Jason. Yeah, Lena. So the fish were full by the can, right? So what the fish represent? The fullness or the wisdom? Lena, you understand, con? Jason, Fordray, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the fish were full by the crane. So what the fish look like? It does look like.
What?
So what the fish look like? Is that foolish or wise?
Wait, what was your answer again?
You cannot hear it.
I can't. I heard the wise, but I didn't heard the other one.
Okay, the first one is okay. The fish, the fish look foolish or the fish look wise?
Foolish?
Foolish. Do we want to become foolish?
No.
Okay. How do we avoid to be foolish? Jason,
Huh?
how do we avoid to be foolish?
Think before you're doing something.
Okay. All right. Mm. Vincent, second grade, Vincent.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we avoid to become foolish like the fish? How do we become? Can we be able to avoid?
Yeah.
How do we avoid? What should we do in order to avoid?
We should think before the stuff happens.
Okay. Yeah, that means the fish the can say that I will take one of your fish and I will bring it back. But do you think the can is a good guy at the beginning, Vincent?
Yeah.
The can is a good guy.
It's a bad guy.
It's a bad guy, but should we trust the bad guy even though they say that I'm going to prove to you that I will bring you back? Can we trust the bad one?
No.
No, we should never trust any bad one. Even though the bad one said that, okay, I will do this for you. So that means I'll be able to prove it, that I'm not a bad guy. But should we ever trust the bad guy? Let's see. Who else wants? Okay, let me see who else in here. Time's up. Okay, time's up. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Turn on the cam, please. Before Golang send you to the breakout rooms, we have a lot of friends has not turned on the cams. Vincent, Kevin, T, Kevin Huang, Vi Zheng Hua, many of you, please turn on the cam before they send you to the room so that your tutor will see you. And please put your name clearly. If you don't put your name, we have to put you in the waiting list because for the security reason, okay? All right. Huệ Minh, don't write out Chucky, write out your real name, please. Huệ Minh, you know how to write? Yeah, write your real name, please. Turn on the mic.
I didn't do that.
You do that? All right.
That wasn't me. So I can't go.
Everyone turn on the cam. Yeah, please go, Lang. Please send them to the rooms. Thank you. Everyone go to your rooms according to your grade. And again, if you don't have your names, we cannot send you there, okay? You should put your real name. You should turn on your cam, all right? Annabelle, Victor, Justin, Guang, Aaron, cam please. Everyone turn on the cam.